Bayo Olugbemi is the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of First Registrars Nigeria Limited, the President and Chairman of the Governance School, Institute of Capital Market Registrars, and the National Treasurer of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. He was a two-term chairman of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, Lagos branch. He is the author of 3 books, Advancing Through Adversity, Economic and Financial Stewardship, and When Tomorrow Comes. Business professionals don't come busier than this gentleman. He joined us as our reading leader of the month to discuss his favorite books, his reading habits, and his own published works. Enjoy the interview. Pt.1. Thank you very much for joining us on the Channels Book Club. It's a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you very much.
I know you're a very busy man, so it's really nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Now, talking about being busy, let's start by you giving us an idea of what's the average day of a CEO of an establishment like the one you run. What's it like? Just give us an idea. Let's start from there.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's like I do say, every day is a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day for me, and very, very busy as well. Apart from being a CEO, I also have other things that I do that takes my time. I'm a pastor, senior pastor for that matter in RCCG with many churches under me. So my day starts, of course, with early morning devotions when I don't have early morning service in the church, and as early as 5 o'clock, I'm up doing one thing or the other until I leave home between 9 and 10, depending on what I have for the day. Of course, at times I leave as early as 6:30, 7 a.m. if I have very important early morning meetings. And of course, my day starts with meetings here and there, either in the office or outside the office. And at times, some days, some crazy days, I may not get to the office until 6 p.m. Oh yeah, which means I've had meetings in different places, and by 6 p.m. I still get to the office. And in most cases, most days I'm in the office till 10:30, 11 o'clock. Almost every day, Monday to Friday, except I'm not in Lagos. And apart from the duty of CEO of First Registrars, I also combine the presidency of the Institute of Capital Market Registrars, which is the umbrella body for my industry, and also the Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. I'm the National Treasurer. So I have a lot of activities in the day, apart from the CEO job, other jobs. So my day starts as early as 5 a.m. and ends as late as 12:1.
I don't envy you. I don't envy you. So yes. Averagely, you do 5 to about 1.
Almost every day.
Almost every day.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't start talking about your weekends.
Oh, my weekends. Sundays is the busiest day. And Saturdays, as much as possible, I want to catch up with friends. Maybe there are birthday parties, mainly weddings and burials. But I try as much as possible to see if I can stay home on Saturday, but it's absolutely difficult because you have to also be there for your friends. So,
okay, so you are the classical example of the very, very engaged CEO. Now, where in all this do you get time to develop yourself, to read? Do you read?
I do. And one thing I do, and I tell people is, there's always no time, or that there will never be time, enough time. You have to create it. So I create time. At times, I catch up reading when I'm in the car, on air, traveling. And one thing I do is, anytime I travel with books. And even sleeping. At times I catch up sleeping in the car or when I'm traveling. So I create a time. There's no time to do anything, but you create it. When your heart is there, you'll be able to do it. So I create time.
What kind of books do you read?
These days, because of my involvement in the work of God too, I read a lot of Christian books. I read a lot of motivational books. But that's not to say I don't read I read biographies. I'm reading a book on Steve Jobs currently. And of course, I've read book on Jack Welch and the rest of them. So I love to read about people who have
Typically
succeeded.
people who have succeeded in business, particularly.
In business, in life generally. And of course, I read a lot of spiritual books.
In the last 5 years, have you read one fiction book?
Have I? I'm going to
guess no.
I'm not very sure. But one thing I do is, I'll tell you, I buy a lot of them for my children.
Oh, okay.
My son is a poet, reading English, from medicine to English, so he reads a lot of that. That's the truth, hardly. But I try catching up at times to...
Or something different.
Glimpse through, but...
Yeah, it's difficult.
It's difficult.
I can imagine. Now, let me not assume here. Looking at it from your perspective, as somebody in business and the corporate sector, how important is it to read books, in your opinion?
It is said that a reader is a leader.